My mother moved her boyfriend in 3 days after my dad's funeral. Now she's facing murder charges. I was 15 when mother introduced me to Harrison at dad's funeral reception, while guests still ate cold sandwiches. Dad had died 6 days earlier in a workplace accident, machinery mysteriously malfunctioning despite passing inspection. This is Harrison, Mom said, avoiding my eyes. He's been such support through all this. I'd never heard his name before. 3 days later, his moving truck pulled into our driveway. Mom announced he'd live with us during this difficult time while clearing Dad's clothes from the closet. She threw away Dad's coffee mug with his fingerprints still on it. When I tried saving Dad's watch, she snatched it away, saying dwelling on the past wasn't healthy. The insurance payout was substantial, $500,000 for wrongful death plus life insurance. Mom bought a white Mercedes within the month, always complaining Dad would never let her have one. Harrison drove it more than she did after quitting his job to support our family, which meant sitting in Dad's recliner playing video games all day. That's when I noticed things. Mom flinched when I mentioned the accident investigation. Harrison knew exactly where everything was, despite supposedly never visiting before. Our neighbor mentioned seeing Harrison's car parked outside weeks before Dad died, but Mom insisted she was confused by grief. 6 months after Dad died, Mom announced their engagement at my birthday dinner. My aunt nearly choked, asking if it wasn't too soon. Life moves on, Mom said. Harrison smirked, saying your dad and I actually talked about this possibility, making no sense since Mom claimed they'd never met. I started documenting everything in a hidden journal. Phone bills showing calls to Harrison dating back 2 years. How she couldn't look at Dad's picture without shaking hands. How Harrison mentioned details about Dad's work schedule he shouldn't have known. The coincidence that Dad's accident happened when workplace security cameras were being repaired. Then, I found the email. Mom's laptop was open, showing a message from Harrison dated 1 month before Dad died. After Thursday, everything changes. Be patient, my love. Thursday was when Dad died. My hands shook taking photos with my phone before Mom caught me and deleted everything. You're imagining things because you're grieving, she said. When I threatened telling someone, she laughed, saying I was a traumatized teenager making up conspiracy theories. Next week, Harrison mentioned Swiss boarding schools while Mom printed brochures about therapeutic programs. They planned sending me away. I remember Dad's brother Trevor was a private investigator, estranged from family since fighting with Mom years ago. When I called from school, his voice broke. I've been wondering when you'd reach out, he said. Your dad called me 2 weeks before he died, saying he needed help with something. Trevor showed me photos of Mom and Harrison at hotels dated a year before Dad's death, bank records showing strange transfers. Most damning was a life insurance policy Mom increased 2 months before the accident, forging Dad's signature. The machinery that killed your dad was tampered with, Trevor continued. Harrison's brother works at the plant and signed off on the safety report. Trevor gave me a prepaid phone and rules for secret meetings. I documented everything, uploading to cloud accounts they couldn't delete. Harrison moving through our house like he'd lived there for years, parking in Dad's exact garage spot, knowing which cabinet held snacks without looking. I crept to Mom's office and photographed bank statements showing insurance money hitting her account 3 days before the Mercedes purchase. Every document listed Harrison as primary driver, despite Mom calling it her car. When Mom booked one-way tickets to Switzerland leaving in 5 days, my lawyer filed motions blocking my removal from state jurisdiction. The school counselor scheduled a family meeting where Mom played concerned mother perfectly, while Harrison looked supportive. But Mrs. Henderson asked sharp questions about when their relationship started and how Harrison supported us before moving in. Mom hesitated too long answering while Harrison stumbled over explanations. Walking home afterward, Harrison grabbed my arm hard enough to bruise, threatening what could happen to nosy teenagers who didn't shut up. I recorded everything and played it for Trevor, who photographed my bruises and connected me with Detective Martinez reviewing Dad's accident file. Police executed search warrants at our house and the storage unit Harrison rented 2 weeks before Dad died. They found machinery parts matching equipment that killed Dad with tool marks showing tampering. Email exchanges between Harrison and his brother discussing how Dad was getting suspicious about Mom's schedule. Harrison tried running but got stopped at police checkpoints 20 miles from town. Mom was formally charged with insurance fraud, forgery, and conspiracy, while Harrison faced murder charges. The news leaked with reporters calling constantly and news vans parking on our street. Mom called crying, saying I was destroying our family, insisting I make statements saying I'd been confused by grief. But I moved in with Trevor, finally sleeping without listening for threats. The fraud charges alone carried serious prison time, even if murder charges didn't stick. Living with Trevor meant sharing his cramped apartment while learning new routines. Therapy appointments helped me process trauma, while slowly feeling less like someone in constant survival mode. The grief was still heavy but wasn't mixed with helplessness anymore. I'd fought back and won at least part of the battle.